Hello, and welcome to Songwriters Spotlight, the Western Mass Songwriters Collaborative Series. I'm Dr. Dan, your host of the show, where we feature Western Mass songwriters who perform their original songs and talk about the art of songwriting. Stay tuned to explore more about music and the tunesmithing that creates it. Our featured songwriter on this episode is Desmond Burke, whose songs and performance deeply portray the experiences of Irish-American immigrants to America. Here's Desmond Burke.
First song is called John Burke's Farewell to Mayo. John Burke was my father, and we moved out here in 1950 from Belmullet, County Mayo, Ireland. The dawn lights up the darkened skies, and I'm U.S. bound. I'll take my wife and family across the ocean wide, and goodbyes have all been said, tears have all been shed, so farewell to you, Mayo, I'll remember you. Farewell to you, Mother, farewell, my sisters too, and all the good people on Barrack Street, farewell to Church Street too, and goodbyes have all been said, tears have all been shed, so farewell to you, Mayo, I'll remember you. I'll remember the names and the faces who showed me love as a boy and as a man. I'll remember the gift of life's treasure, yeah, I'll remember you. The dawn lights up the darkened skies, and I'm U.S. bound. No more I'll walk your quiet streets, no more Belmullet town, and goodbyes have all been said, tears have all been shed, so farewell to you, Mayo, I'll remember you, and goodbyes have all been said, tears have all been shed, so farewell to you, Mayo, I'll remember you, yes, I'll remember you. Next song is called Catherine and John, who are my aunt and uncle, who lived here and sponsored us to come out from Ireland. They picked us up in a 1938 Pontiac at the docks in New York. The New York City skyline came closer into view. Ellis Island near at hand and the Liberty statue. Cablegram arrived to say we'd be first off of the ship. The excitement grew for the wide-eyed immigrants. The America put into her berth, nervous feet started to pace. And who would we meet in this city? Who would we meet in this place? The time had come to put our feet on the American shore, and our loving arms around you evermore. Catherine and John, Catherine and John, in the big black car that we all got in. The American dream begins with Catherine and John. Well, you know the crack was 90 on the way home from New York, with all of us from Mayo and the man from the county Cork. To their home on St. James Ave, there we met new family and friends, and Louise and Johnny and all the Cadigans. Catherine and John, Catherine and John, in the big black car that we all got in. The American dream begins with Catherine and John. December 1950, we were all so very young. Our American adventure only just begun. Santa came on Christmas Eve with presents our eyes danced on, and we all believed in Santa, Catherine and John. Catherine and John, Catherine and John, in the big black car that we all got in. The American dream begins with Catherine and John. Catherine and John, Catherine and John, in the big black car that we all got in. The American dream begins with Catherine and John. This is a song I wrote for a friend over in Ellie Bay, County Mayo, years ago. Arm in arm we walked Ellie Strand, watching our footprints in the sand. We're making eyes at each other like we did years before. Arm in arm, who could ask for more? Well, we met one summer many years ago when we were young and free. Said to myself, I like the style, but the time and the miles and the ocean wide between us, you and me, all that remained was goodbye. Arm in arm we walked Ellie Strand, watching the footprints in the sand. We're making eyes at each other like we did years before. Arm in arm, who could ask for more? Well, the years have come and the years have gone, and we both had separate lives, and into each life tragedy. But when we get together now, we'll travel through the years by a turf fire with the music and the memories. Arm in arm we walked Ellie Strand, watching the footprints in the sand. We're making eyes at each other like we did years before. Arm in arm, who could ask for more? Well, the gray has taken over where my black hair used to be. 19 years turned to 55. But arm in arm we'll walk together out on Ellie Strand, and I still like her style. Arm in arm we walked Ellie Strand, watching the footprints in the sand, making eyes at each other like we did years before. in arm, who could ask for more? Arm in arm, who could ask for more? And who could ask for more? It's a song I wrote when my wife was still alive. It had said that we wanted to go to take a trip to Ireland with the kids, but she always came up with an excuse why we couldn't, and I finally found out that she was afraid to fly, so that's where this song comes in. It's called Fly Away With Me. Fly away, let your mind stray on the calm, cool breeze of yesterday. And your heart be true, let your eyes look through the long lost feelings of your soul. Ooh, like a soaring bird on high. Ooh, spread your wings and learn to fly. Fly away, fly away, fly away with me. When the children were small, we carried them all up the stairs, down the hall. Tickled each one, made up stories for fun, hugs and kisses to the little ones. Ooh, like a soaring bird on high. Ooh, spread your wings and learn to fly. Fly away, fly away, fly away with me. Granny in her shawl, Uncle Pat and Kate Lavelle, Uncle John, Uncle Peter, Anthony, and Patty Sheridan, Auntie Mag, Auntie Annie, Mom and Dad, and Shirley live in my heart and soul. Ooh, like a soaring bird on high. Ooh, spread your wings and learn to fly. Fly away, fly away, fly away with me. I'm not living in the past, I'm peaceful now at last. Your love, it means so much to me. And it's fun now and then, close your eyes, remember when, and fly, fly away with me. Ooh, like a soaring bird on high. Ooh, spread your wings and learn to fly. Fly away, fly away, fly away with me. Fly away, fly away, fly away with me. Fly, fly away with me. This is a song I wrote when me and my brother went back to Ireland together. It was the first time we had been back in 52 years with each other. It's called When You Were 4 and I Was 2, which is our ages when we left Ireland. Standing in the doorway, me and you, looking out on Barrack Street and the world we knew. Our bags are packed, our good clothes on, we were waiting and wondering what's going on. Sisters are crying, Mom and Dad too, when you were 4 and I was 2. Then we're on a big ship sailing on the ocean blue. Anna and Mary, Mom and Dad, and me and you, sailing off to God knows where. 5 days later we were there, staring from the rail, and me and you when you were 4 and I was 2. Many years have passed and gone since we reached this place. America with memories time can't erase. Baseball, softball, and music too. Weddings came and children too. You stood for me and I stood for you, like when you were 4 and I was 2. Now we've come back again, me and you, in the year of our Lord, 2002. We traveled around, we had great fun. We went to Gord, Westport, and made the Sligo run. In John Joe's we toasted, me and you, to when you were 4 and I was 2. Then in Auntie Sadie's kitchen, me and you, looking back at our past and the world we knew. The tea and biscuits and the tears, the clock turned back 52 years. Door opens, I see me and you when you were 4 and I was 2. Standing in the doorway, me and you, looking out on Barrack Street and the world we knew. The bags were packed, the good clothes on, we were waiting and wondering what's going on. Sisters are crying, Mom and Dad too, when you were 4 and I was 2. When you were 4 and I was 2. This song is a song I wrote for my father and my Uncle Tommy Kane, who were good friends all through their lives, and they each married sisters. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, so this is it. It's called Old Friends. Come into the best room and sit by the fire. I'll fill up the kettle, put on the tea. I've a wee drop of poaching that I keep in the cabinet, and we'll mix them together and warm the old bones. When we were small boyos, we played Gaelic football, barefoot young gossoons running wild in the field. Oh, there's two things that scared us when we prayed the Lord Jesus. It was the speeding Crosley tender and the black and tan gun. We were devilish and daring, adventures we're sharing. And we never did anything to hurt man or beast. We were cute and we were careful, and the young girls were grateful. And we all had good fun tween the jigs and the reels. Oh, the years went by quickly, from boyhood to manhood. And manhood to old age, they went gracefully by. Now we're a little bit stouter and a little bit grayer. But young friends are old friends, growing older each day. So come into the best room and sit by the fire. I'll fill up the kettle, I'll put on the tea. I've a wee drop of poaching that I keep in the cabinet, and we'll mix them together and warm the old bones. It's a song I wrote a while ago too. When I went back to Ireland with my sister Anne and her daughter Heather, and I always wanted to go to Cork, which is where we left from in 1950. So we went to Cork, had a great time down there, and so I wrote this song when we got back. And the first time I was playing it for my brother at Frank and Barbara Shaw's house. They used to have a bluegrass thing around Columbus Day, and so the first time I played it was down there, and it was just me and my brother, and he was learning the chords and stuff like that. And then a few more people started gathering around, a few more people. I think I played the song 6 times that day. But it was a lot of fun. But anyway, it's called "Waiting for the Ship to Sail from Home." Looking out from the dock, I'm sure it'd do no harm. Go back in time to the immigrant line, waiting to sail from home. In the days of old, I was told, with the sadness in their eyes, they're waiting for the ship to sail from home. To sail from home, sail from home. Waiting for the ship to sail from home. Through the savage years and all the tears, they bid their last goodbye. They traveled down through Queenstown to the Cove of Cork. The young and old, the brave and bold, with the sadness in their eyes, waiting for the ship to sail from home. Sail from home, sail from home. Waiting for the ship to sail from home. To sail from home, to sail from home. Waiting for the ship to sail from home. Looking out, I stood on the dock for the second time just a while ago. The first time was in the immigrant line, waiting to sail from home. Now I return to live and learn of the sadness in their eyes. They're waiting for the ship to sail from home. To sail from home, sail from home. Waiting for the ship to sail from home. To sail from home, sail from home. Waiting for the ship to sail from home. Looking out from the dock, I'm sure it'd do no harm. Go back in time to the immigrant lines, waiting to sail from home. In the days of old, I was told, with the sadness in their eyes, waiting for the ship to sail from home. To sail from home, sail from home. Waiting for the ship to sail from home. To sail from home, sail from home. Waiting for the ship to sail from home. Waiting for the ship to sail from home. It's a song I wrote for Bob LaPalme, who was the guitar player in Clean Living, the Wild Weeds, and just a great person altogether. Anyway, he lent me his classical guitar when I was trying to learn how to play a few chords, and he was always there to help out and go over songs, and you know, he's just great. Plus, he's the one that picked out this guitar. It's a Yamaha, not expensive, but my wife and family all kicked in and bought it for me for, I think it was 1974. And Bob went down and played all the guitars in the store and finally came up with this one. So, anyway, it's called Drop a Dollar in the Old Banjo. I am a street musician. I play from town to town, and I learn the minstrel trade from Bob LaPalme. And when he take his fiddle and he'd rosin the bow, oh, the concert would begin, the concert would begin, and I'll sing you a song that you all love well, and I'll sing you a song you've never heard. And when I am finished, if you're pleased with me, drop a dollar in the old banjo, a dollar in the old banjo, drop a dollar in the old banjo, a dollar in the old banjo. Bob, he's been gone all these many long years. Each time I play, I feel Bob appear, and when he'd take his fiddle and he'd strike with his bow, all the toes would tap in time, the toes they tap in time, and I'll sing you a song that you all love well, and I'll sing you a song you've never heard. And when I am finished, if you're pleased with me, drop a dollar in the old banjo, drop a dollar in the old banjo, drop a dollar in the old banjo, a $1 in the old banjo. I'll never be rich with fortune or fame. I'll never be poor as long as I sing. So if you're feeling lonely and you think that the world's gone mad, stop and listen for a while. Let the world go by, and I'll sing you a song that you all love well. And I'll sing you a song you've never heard. And when I am finished, if you're pleased with me, I'll drop $1 in the old banjo, $1 in the old banjo, drop $1 in the old banjo, $1 in the old banjo, drop $1 in the old banjo, $1 in the old banjo.
Well, Desmond, thank you so much for some great tunes, and you gave us a big slice of the Irish experience, places and people and emotions and so on. Well, thank you for that.
Thank you.
And so, how long have you been writing songs?
Since probably when I was in maybe a junior or senior in high school. And not that I was writing songs, but I was writing supposed poetry of some sort or other. And I just enjoyed doing that. Some of the stuff I wrote back then, I actually do today. Not today, but now.
Mm-hmm.
And and it's just a fun song. It's 50s, 60s music kind of thing, and it's a fun song. But so basically, early on, and really, when I became friends with Mike Orland, I used to go see him play a lot, and he wrote some great songs. He still does. Mm-hmm. And so things like that. He was probably one of the first people that I knew that actually performed songs that they wrote. So that was very cool.
And you've been doing it ever since.
Well, I've been trying to. And I had, after I worked for Clean Living for like 8 years, doing the sound and equipment and stuff like that. And then I needed insurance. I had three children at the time, so I needed a job that had insurance. So I had a bus driver's license. So I used to drive buses in West Springfield. So I got a job at Holyoke Street Railway, and I did a lot of charter work. So when I'd go on a charter, I'd bring my guitar, and while they were off doing whatever they were doing, I'd be in trying to learn how to play and trying to put things I had written already, trying to put some kind of music to.
Interesting. So why do you do this? Why do you write songs?
I don't know. Just it's fun to try to envision something that's happened in the past. We'll say, like my father and my uncle Tommy Kane. You hear it at the Sunday dinner table. My mother and father talking about Ireland, and so all of this stuff. I wished I paid more attention, but a lot of the things I picked up from that about how my uncle Tommy Kane was actually born in Montana, but his family was from Ireland. They moved out to Montana, where he was born, and then they moved back when he was about maybe 6 or 7, and they lived in Belmullet, and my father became friends with him and played Gaelic football and all that, and then they married 2 sisters. So,
Nice.
I mean, it was kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Did they ever hear the songs?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My father said, you know, when he was still alive, you know, he heard a lot of the songs. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And the Catherine and John song, who were my aunt and uncle that sponsored us. You had to have a sponsor in those days to come out, and so you had to have a job lined up so that you wouldn't go on, you know, like a welfare kind of thing, and you had to be able to, and if you couldn't, then the sponsors had to do it, as opposed to going down to someplace to get a check. But yeah, so you get a lot of that interaction. My uncle used to play piano and accordion, so it was always, if there was a hoolie in the house, he would be playing the piano or the accordion. Or my father had a good voice; he'd be singing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was an interesting upbringing.
Yeah, there's so much music in Irish culture. It's a wonderful thing. So, are there people who inspired you in your writing or your performance?
Yeah, I think you know, you have the obvious Beatles and that kind of thing, the Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan. Mm-hmm. But I was a Beach Boy fan. When the Beatles first came out, I was more into the Beach Boys. Actually, my brother Sean took me to my first concert, and it was the Beach Boys up at Mountain Park in Holyoke. I was like 14, 15, maybe 14 probably. Mm-hmm. But then, as I started listening to the Beatles, I said, oh. But again, back to Mike Orland. I mean, he wrote some great songs, and I enjoy listening to more of a folk kind of thing. Although I got no problem with bands, but I enjoyed going to see him and all of the, and then being a part of Clean Living. So you had Texel Mountain, writes some great songs. Norman Shell, Jeff Potter, Peter Newland from Fat wrote some great songs. So that it's more of a local thing than it has to be Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. You know what I mean? It's yeah. So you got to meet Al Anderson. I got to meet all these people through Clean Living, and you know, Al certainly wrote some great songs. So it had a lot of that happening. So you'd say, oh, well, maybe I could do something with these things I've written. So yeah.
That's quite a list of local stardom there.
Yeah. So. Well, there is. This area had a lot of great bands. Mm-hmm. Flight, another good band. Bold, which Bobo played in too. So there was all kinds of good music coming out of this valley.
Mm-hmm. So cool. So what? I was going to ask you what your favorite topics are, but I have a sense of that answer already. But
well, I guess I kind of, I don't want to say I write what I know, but I write what I'm aware of, and a lot of it is Irish things. And me and my brother Sean and our friend Nakaishi had a band, Spancel Hill, and we played in the area for, I don't know, 25, 26 years. Basically Irish music. Mm-hmm. So I had that to go along with any of the writings that I was doing. So and we did a lot of those songs that I played tonight. Some of them, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But
so, yeah, the band was helpful in sort of making your music tighter. And learning how to do it. That's nice. That's nice.
And Naka was great. She was like a great fiddle player. And she played fiddle, penny whistle, tenor banjo, and a guitar. And she was a great supporter, great, nice voice. I mean, we sounded. She made me sound good. That's
neat. Just sort of a tight bunch there in a lot of ways. Yeah. So your songs, how would you describe them to someone who hasn't heard them?
Yeah, maybe some very emotional.
Yeah.
When I wrote When You Were 4 and I Was 2, I couldn't play that song with Sean in the room. So, but basically it's stuff that I feel anyway. I don't think I could go out and, if you said, make up a song about Christmas, I probably couldn't. But Christmas made it into one of my songs. When my cousin John Cadigan dressed up as Santa Claus, and if I remember, I mean, I was 2, but that I remember.
Wow. Because
he came out dressed as Santa Claus, ho ho ho, and then nobody knew what was going on. It was like, and he was ho 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 and passing out presents, and I mean, it was just pretty wild. Scary almost, with a big beard and the whole 9 yards. But
there's a lot of magic in that.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Great. So, tell us about your process of putting together one of your songs.
Well, most of the time, I think I've written the song with a general idea of what the music should be, and then it's a matter of trying to get the chords to go with what I think the song should do. And that's not the easiest process either. I mean, I said before, I'm not a great guitar player. Mike's a great guitar player.
Yeah.
Norman was a good guitar player. As far as the folk kind of finger picking, I can't do that. My fingers just don't work that way.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose if I tried more, I could maybe do it, but so a lot of it is just writing down things, and then trying to put a melody and put the chords in, and does this fit with this, or does this bass run work? Yeah, okay, it works on that one. It might work on the next one, kind of thing. But so that's basically what I try to do.
So you start with the words, is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll write something down, and not everything rhymes, but you don't have to have everything rhyme. But just to get a general idea of what you're trying to write. And then, we're always changing words here and there. Maybe this word fits better than that word, and that kind of thing. And then trying to match the chords to whatever idea you had of how the song should go. That's basically all I do.
And you do some editing in there too.
Yeah. If one word doesn't work, maybe another word would.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's interesting. And you started out writing before you ever even thought about music.
Oh yeah,
so,
back to Mike. He let me borrow an auto harp that I used to fool around with, and then I think maybe he was moving back to Boston or something, and was taking it with him or selling it to have money to go back or whatever. But that was fun to play with, I enjoyed that. And then when I went to work for Clean Living, and Bobo lent me his classical guitar that he didn't play very often, but saved my fingers anyway. But I mean, I'd come home from a job somewhere, and of course you're still wired up from the night. It could be 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'd go in and get the guitar and go out on the porch. It was a 3-decker, and the guy upstairs would be going out to work. It'd be like 5 in the morning. I'd be sitting on the porch trying to play chords, and he'd look over at me, shake his head, and keep walking. So you have to put your mind to it, I guess.
Yeah. you have any suggestions for other songwriters, particularly younger ones, that trying to figure out how to make it work?
Well, I think it's easy if you. No, it's not easy, but if you know the subject you're writing about, or I mean, I really like songs that have stories in them, that you can learn something from, or emotions that can come out listening to a song. So I tend to want to think about things like that when I'm writing something. Sometimes, like you write a song that you can't sing, or hard to. But yeah, I mean, you got to write what you feel, I think. And I'm sure there's other people out there that could, that get up in the morning and write 50 songs, and do they mean something, or is it just, oh, I wrote 50 songs today, and that kind of thing. I wrote a song for all my grandchildren, for my 5 grandchildren, so I mean, I think they're pretty good songs, but.
Okay, so you do a dive into the feelings, the experiences, and so on.
Yeah.
And you match up the melody and the chording and so on quite well.
Thank you.
Yeah. So get a lot of feeling out of it. Anything else that you would want to add to your discussion about your playing or music itself?
Support local music.
Yeah.
Things that you do on Thursdays or on Wednesdays.
Yeah. Wednesday, yeah. So
stuff like that is great. Yeah. It gives people an opportunity to try stuff new, or try stuff old, for that matter, and just to be out in front of people, just to. And I think everybody there seems to be in the same boat. You're just trying to do something that you think is good, and hopefully everybody else will think it's good too. And I don't think I ever heard anybody booed off the stage. No.
But I mean, you're living proof of the value of that. So thank you for sharing with our audience today. Wonderful time.
And hello to my honey Anne Mary and my family.
Okay. Thanks for watching our show. I would like to acknowledge the support of the Western Mass Songwriters Collaborative, promoting the original music scene in Western Massachusetts. If you want to learn more about the WMSC, go to their Facebook page. Thanks for watching. I'm Dr. Dan. I hope you'll tune in again for the show that puts a spotlight on songwriters.